Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here, and it's another wee midweek deadline we've got. And can you believe Celtic are in action again? Wouldn't you believe it? So we've got a lot to get stuck into for predicted lineups and all that good stuff that we normally do as we hurtle towards the deadline here. But we also have the Premier League up and running through the midweek, so we've got some champion action as well as all the wacky, wonderful stuff across European and world football that we'd like to cover here on a Tuesday afternoon. A wee bit later, a wee bit closer to the deadline than maybe what we've been in recent weeks, but all things being equal, I think we'll just dive right into it. We've got wee bits and bobs I'll just click through while you guys are all filtering in, getting comfy, and you can scroll back if you need any of this, and maybe I'll find some crazy, wonderful guys that I've forgotten that I've got that are in action. I actually had a wee bit of DJing after we were live the other day. We were looking at MLS stuff. I put a bid on a Wolf, ended up pulling out of that. And I went and DJing. No spoilers, don't go and check the gallery. I've got him to put into a team after we look through all this. Zella Ryan and Rigoni getting laced up, getting their boots laced up for the midweek here. All-star prominence. Because there's no regions, there's no actual streaks, there's no in-season of any description. It is a classic midweek. It is a 7-a-side fist fight from everyone. It's like that meme, that scene out of Anchorman where all the different news networks meet up in the car park for the fight. It's that type of effort. All-star, bring your best, bring them all. Polish Paddy up front for Sol against Vissel Kobe and some J-League action as well. Ideguchi on one side, Polish Paddy on the other. Don't think they ever crossed paths, but two former hoops. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Excuse me. And it's AFC Champions League. Korea for Sol. Duh, of course. Sorry. And I've actually got a team, I'm guessing they're from Thailand or something. Johor Darul. They've got some players. That's kind of funny. No idea where they're actually from, but it looks like Thailand or Vietnam or something. Hayo Kawabe, Akito Suzuki, Ryo Germain, Higashi, some nice big players there. No, nothing for China. A wee bit of Colombiana. We've got Popular Junior. Oh, Muriel. Oh, that could be good. The same team as Yemi Chara. Maybe have a wee peek at that another time. We'll have a wee skirt into the championship quickly. We've got Ipswich at home to Hull, for any of you guys that are so inclined. I think I've seen a lot of interest around Egeli. Again, another great example of speculate to accumulate. Egeli, a highly rated wonder kid type, coming out of Nordishland or Midgetland. I think it was Nordishland, wasn't it? Ipswich in the summer spent like 17 or 18 million quid on him, and I forget who was interested in what the fees were, but I definitely seen little whispers around him having a big January potential exit from Ipswich. Also, it never materialised, but all the same, looking good for them. They take on Hull with Ollie McBurney up front, Ivor Pandur, old gold, in the goals there for them. We've got a wee Bundesliga match, Hamburg at home to Leverkusen. Alias Garcia, probably the most underrated mid this year, it feels like. He's been quietly brilliant all season. Quite reliable as well. Sandwich Hands Blaswich in goals for them. Otelli, he was linked to Celtic in January as well, wasn't he? Vuskovic, the hero. Toro Nariga, big fan of him as well. Omari, again, it's a nice back three Hamburg have got. They've just not been that good defensively, have they? Wee bit of Serie B, and we're going to click through this. Nah, probably not. If there's any of you interested in Serie B, let me know. Or if we need to kill some time, I'll maybe double back to it. But I don't mean clicking through Mexico, because Mexico's got some players in it. There's some fun teams here. I'll catch up with the chat in a second once we do the kind of the tertiary, the outer rim, of world football for the midweek here. As we look at Club America versus Juarez. Nobody really to talk about there of note, I don't think. We then have Santos Laguna taking on Cruz Azul. This is I think Santos Laguna are a kind of diminished force these days, aren't they? Cruz Azul very much Paradela, Palavecino. Very much a bit of a juggernaut in the league at the moment, aren't they? Monterrey against Querétaro. Oh yeah, Canales, Oliver Torres, Ocampos. This is basically the Sevilla team that moved to Mexico. And then after that we have Atlas and Tijuana. Every time I see Morad, Celtic had a guy called Morad. Always makes me think of him, but it's not the same guy. Everybody looked into that. After this we have Pumas against Toluca. I think I've got some cards in this somewhere, don't I? Yeah, I've got the goalkeeper. I've got Navas for Pumas. So that's good. He's at home. Pedro Vite and his team as well. Maybe watch out for that. Pachuca Necaxa. Anyway, fun. Oh, Rondon's up front for them. Idrise scored very well in Mexico when he first arrived. Almendra. Maybe I forgot about that. Danny Leva. He's actually been... Danny Leva's quite a usable card all of a sudden, which is kind of weird, but fun. And then this is the Medina team, isn't it? Brilliant. João Pedro up front. Oh, that's fun. Wanpei as well. This is a cool wee team. And then we've got Puebla and Tigres to finish off Mexico. Tigres got Bruneta, Angel Correa, Diego Lainez. It's a great three there. Defense looks solid enough as well. Nahuel Guzman, the meme, the pantomime villain of it all. Cannonball Sudamericana. We don't have too many lineups for this, although there is a lot of matches. The first one we have is Nacional of Colombia. They're at home to Millonarios. And I don't know what Millonarios that is, but that might be Colombia on Colombia there. Chucho Arango expected to play this one as the lead striker. Ospina in goals as well. Some fun names. Alfredo Morelos. Rangers fans will recognise him. We've got Olympia away to somebody. Olympia's a team from Peru, I think, isn't it? Or Chile? I forget which, but yeah. Palestino away to Universidad Chile. Not really anyone to speak of there. Macara, whoever they are. They've got a right back playing, if anyone's interested in that. And I think that's about it. Libertadores is probably a bit better. Not that many games. Sporting Cristal away. Again, not many people for them, but there you go. O'Higgins at home. They're definitely the Chile team. Again, a few cards for them. Barcelona of Ecuador at home to Botafogo of Brazil. Dario Benedetto. And again, this Barcelona team, they've got the manager that wears the tuxedos and stuff like that. They've had some good results over there. I'd say the last 12 months. I don't know exactly how the seasons all work out with this, but not that long ago, he was getting a lot of the limelight, let's say, for his choice of suits, obviously, and they were progressing into the knockout rounds of whatever competition they were in. So they're at home. Botafogo, obviously, one of the powerhouses of the region. This is actually a fun little game on the side if you're so inclined to watch something like this. Could be interesting. You know the manager's going to make headlines with his suit choice when a big team like that comes to town. And then Independiente Medellin, I've got Fabra, former Boca Juniors player at left back. That's kind of fun. A wee bit of La Liga. We have Vallecano at home to Oviedo. It's kind of under the radar a little bit. There's a wee bit of a champ element into the Premier League as well. De Frutos up front, Payazon, Akumak. I really like a lot of the Vallecano team. Noble Mendy's been scoring well. Pafi Cisse, if he was 5 years younger, would be worth like 40 million quid. This boy Hassan keeps popping up on all the charts, by the way, for like young players that are great at dribbling and final third, deep completions and stuff. Keep an eye on him. Harry Trades, I think, has a card. I'm not sure he really uses them too often. I don't think he scores that well. It's the only reason I reference that. But he's in all the mad charts I follow online. Pops up all the time in the top 10s and such. Elias Chaira, again, we know he's decent. And then we've got the Swiss League down here. Now we're on kind of Shaqiri watch here, aren't we? As well as maybe some other guys. Like we've seen the Dortmund guy, Duranville, went to a team. And, you know, Alexander Hack, he was in New York Red Bulls. You know, so there's some Berisha in midfield. There's some fun players in this league for what it is. Basel against Grasshopper, and yeah, Shaqiri and Duranville not expected to play from the start. That's a bit of a bummer. Is there any actual word on Shaqiri? Once again, see Shaqiri benched down to formation. Can't be the case. Ultimately come down to back this guy. Oh, go away. There's no way. What is the deal with the Swiss League? Basel are like fourth or something. Why are they not playing Shaqiri? And I know that might sound a wee bit stupid of me, like some, you know, like, because if you were watching them, maybe he's been terrible. Fine, but yeah, I suppose the league's kind of gone, isn't it? They've still got a split to play for and to try and get to second. I don't know what the qualification situation will be, but I can't imagine. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm probably going to need to de-risk the Shaqiri a little bit. I guess it's a 50-50, but it's a leaning towards the other guy. Maybe I still roll with him. Lugano and Sion is on screen here. Renato Stefan scores well quite often. Luzerne and Young Boys. Toon and St. Gallen, who are like top or whatever they now, aren't they? This guy Voigt is on his way to Hoffenheim in the summer. They're second, sorry. Toon are top at the moment. That's crazy. And this is Toon here. They've not even got any star players. That's incredible. I wonder if they've got some sort of like heart story on the go where like somebody's put some brain power into them and got them going. But yeah, we've got 2 midweek games in Scotland. We've got Dundee United, St Mirren, so we'll put that one up on screen first of all. I think St Mirren are going to get a win here. They're kind of overdue one. Dundee United are no pushovers, but they're not a high scoring team. And I think St Mirren are just probably going to get the win here. They need a bit of form to kick on a bit. Despite winning the cup, the league has been very lacklustre for them in and around all that. So I don't know, I fancy St Mirren for a wee win here, but low scoring affair. Celtic travel at Pittodrie. It's been a while since we were up there. Last time we were up there, it was dead early in the season. It was Rio Hatate that won the game from a shot from the edge of the box. This is a predicted team that McBride Ace has got up for the team for this midweek, and I find it rather hard to argue against it. I want it to be Taneke and Yang, but I just don't know how Daizen Maeda doesn't start. I don't think Daizen Maeda can start as the Arrowhead the way he did against Rangers second half, because it's going to be a totally different game, and I think because of that you're going to pick Tranchara to start up front, maybe a Damu, but I'm with McBride here, 60-40 for Big Tam. I just think Maeda's just going to play because he's Maeda more than anything. Taneke didn't start at the weekend, starts midweek. I think it's all pretty painted by numbers, to be honest. Excuse me. And the Aberdeen team isn't too bad, by the way. Liam Morrison, former Celtic B team player, before moving to Bayern Munich and wherever else he's been before returning to Aberdeen eventually in the league. Jack Milne's played well against us before. A lot of these guys can give good. And Dennis Geiger, the January edition, might be a bit of a level lifter. So you never know with Aberdeen where they're going right now. I actually seen right before coming on, they've been linked to Schwartz, or whatever the guy's name is, the Red Bull manager, New York Red Bulls from like last year. I think that could be an interesting move for them. They've definitely got the right sort of players for a guy like that to work with. But anyway, for the game tomorrow night, I suppose it will be. Maybe Arthur, I would maybe do that to 70-30. I think Murray did have a good enough game in the derby, but again, Arthur, like, what the hell has he come up here for if he's not going to play in one of these games when Trusty's out? So I'd maybe do that 70-30, but I think Murray's quite safe. I think Sinisalo equally is going to be quite safe, quite nailed for this. I think that's the way it's going to go. We have a look at the Prem. We've got a full slate here, a lot on the line. And let's just go and catch up with the Prem. It's been a while since I've really had a look at the table, and it's been quite topsy-turvy. You know, it's been a lot of action recently, so I'll be forgiven for maybe not keeping totally on top of one or two of them. But yeah, Man United are still are up in this kind of third position, hanging on here with Villa. Wow, Brentford, by the way, man, I just had them for relegation this year in a big way. Not done that great either overall. Or maybe 44 goals is pretty good actually, isn't it? But anyway, fair play to them. Fair play to them. Don't let me take anything off them. Disappointed Sunderland have kind of dropped down a bit. Looks like Newcastle even bottom half, same as Palace. Also the whole Glasner thing. Tottenham and Forest. Like West Ham, man, that's a bit criminal. Burnley and Wolves is pretty expected for where we find ourselves with 10 games to go. Oh, Brighton, Bournemouth, Fulham, right around where you expect them to be. Everton. Villa maybe a bit ahead of pre-season expectations. Looking at it now, in some ways Brentford miles ahead, I think. But otherwise a lot of it's not too far off. But Sunderland started so well. Newcastle have had, I would say, a positive season, it feels like. I'm surprised to see them so low. But on 36 points, you know, it doesn't take much before they're like in this zone. Depends on results going for and against them. So got Tottenham Palace to kick off first of all. So Tottenham Palace is a 35 points versus 29. So big game for Tottenham. A big game for Palace as well. They're very much looking up though, rather than Tottenham, who are very much looking down right now. Now, I like Igor Tudor. I really want to catch up with what Tottenham have done under him so far, and I'm probably going to make a bit of an effort to watch this game. I'm a big Oliver Glasner fan, as well as a lot of the players in the Palace team. But apparently it's been really bad. I've seen he's come out with mad comments already, and he is very much a firecracker type guy, as you can see with some of the club choices he's made, never mind how he's done in those kind of hostile kind of club environments when he's been there. But I think they've got the sort of players that should work with him, really, in terms of style. But if it's oil and water, it just won't mix sometimes, will it? So I'm hopeful for Spurs, and yeah, I'll probably catch this one on the TV if at all possible. We'll see how the kick-off times and whatnot go. That's Thursday at 8. It's probably quite catchable. We've got Man City against Forest, which I think City are in that kind of zone right now, aren't they? Of been there, done it before, keep the pressure on the top, and They've got a game in hand, so I think you're going to get a City, like that sort of performance you expect from them in so many ways. Seeing Rodri linked to Real Madrid today on the timeline, Bernie into start, Semenyo, Marmoush, Haaland, it just feels like it's going to be too good. And don't get me wrong, the Forest have got nice players. You know, Elliot Anderson's going to play out his skin in a game like this. Gibbs White's got that potential as well. But yeah, there's not really much more to be said about Forest outside their work ethic and maybe good shape optimisation or whatever. Arsenal, of course, away to Brighton. Now, Brighton, what are they kind of thinking and feeling right now? Yeah, they're maybe looking up a bit. Could they maybe squeak themselves into that top 7 picture by the end of the season? I don't think they'll be ruling it out. Other than that, not much to be said. Pascal Gross is back and he's doing his thing again, picking up where he left off. Matoma, Welbeck, Diego Gomez is a very fun front three. The good thing about Brighton's got really nice players everywhere and on the bench, really high quality, good guys. So they're no pushover. And I think Arsenal, of course, still reigning top of the league, aren't they? 1-1 with Brentford, 2-2 with Wolves. Yeah, I was thinking, I'd definitely seen some negative headlines, bottle merchants and all that. I think against Chelsea at the weekend, they maybe just about turned it around, didn't they? But Gyökeres, Eze, this is a really fun team. I think Eze could be great in a game like this. Maybe somebody like Zubimendi as well. Liverpool away to Wolves, this should be a foregone conclusion. And for Liverpool, again, they're just waiting for a slip up and bang, they're overtaking people. Are they going to catch City and Arsenal? Probably not. But for Arne Slot being the champions, you can't think he's taking his eye off the ball at all in a game like this. This is a 3 points. It's just so valuable because it's expected. And when you don't pick up expected points, it's a huge speed bump or pothole to hit. It's probably the better way of putting it. Wirtz is still out. That's confirmed in the press conference. I'm loving the fact that Frimmers is back in the picture. Soboslai's been killing it, but let's get him further up, especially in the absence of Wirtz for SO5 purposes, I'm thinking here. I'm surprised Robbo's maybe not factored into this one. Robbo's played midweeks and played lesser opponents frequently. I'll maybe look at that and make my own judgment on it, because I do think this is a very Robbo game. But again, maybe he's not taking things lightly. Leeds Sunderland, oh, that's a kind of interesting one. They're both right on top of each other, aren't they? Yeah, Leeds on 31, Sunderland 37. Bit of a disconnect, but they're close enough, I think, aren't they? Yeah, Sunderland, this is a big win for them if they get it, because it really puts them back into that top half picture, which I think their season to this point you would think is at least meriting. Elborg in goals, it looks like, over Rofs. Nice players in both teams. Villa Chelsea. Oh, isn't that a clash? Chelsea on 45. This would really like drag them back into the picture if they could get to 48 at the expense of Villa. Because then Liverpool would go to 51. Who knows what happens with Man United? But yeah, it's a big one for Chelsea. A big one. Rossinier versus Unai Emery. That's a fun game in that. Might not be. It could be. There could be a lot of goals in it, but there might not be. And I don't think that makes it. Well, it might make it less fun for some people, right? But I think this could be really interesting, especially bloody Barkley and co. You know, I mean, some of these guys. I know Aston Villa have just got this weird knack of only having like 13 players ready to go at any time. Is that Leon Bailey? Oh yeah. So he's, oh yeah, I just totally dropped the ball on where he was in that. But yeah, he was on loan at Roma, wasn't he? Once I cancelled it in January. Bournemouth Brentford. Christie's into play. Tyler Adams is back from what looked like a potentially season-ending injury, so well done to him. Ryan, who is talk of the town this month, isn't he? El Karupe again. Alex Jimenez, really solid. Bournemouth team is done very, very well. Brentford, by the way, honestly, like GG's to them. Well done. Fair play. Kelleher was a random DNP midweek, so let's hope there's no more of that. Kelleher will be in the squad. Good. Hickey out until after the international break. Guess it's good to get an update of some sense. Yeah, fair play to Brentford. Everton, Burnley. I think Everton, for where they're at right now, again, similar to what I said about who was it was playing Wolves, Liverpool, same sort of thing. Like Everton are sitting quite pretty, and I'm kind of bigging up Brentford here, but if Brentford lose and Everton do what they should do here at home to Burnley, they can kind of take that spot, put themselves in the limelight in that sense, you know. Nice teams for both. Good goalkeepers for both. And then we've got Fulham, West Ham. We've got a London derby. Tati Castellanos, Somerville and Bowen with Matias Fernandez. Maybe one of my favourite little things going on right here, right now as well. Fulham, again, very rarely boring. Oscar Bob in the building. Harry Wilson's he maybe picked up a wee injury or something. Ankle problem. He's had the career of his season of his career so far, hasn't he? It's a shame. But yeah, who knows how that one will go. And that is the Prem. Now, if you're building teams this week, let me know. Fist bump sees all, by the way. I see he's all here. Let me jump back to the beginning if I can. Oh no, that chat's not letting me scroll back. We had SR Burra in first of all. We had Michael Hainsey. Good to see you. Quinny, you probably heard on Axom. No, I didn't get any sort of communication. I'll check with the guys that run the I don't handle the emails for the website. So I'll maybe check in. But I think that might be a direct communication to Paul John. But I did hear that. Tom Hall, good to see you. Quinny, I'm looking at buying into MLS sometime this week. What's the best strategy? I've always just bought into one team and watched them, tempted to do different. Yeah, I think, Tom, if you're coming into the game quite late like this, I would just go pick and mix. I would just optimise individuals where possible. Maybe you might pair some guys up just because a good fixture or a good kind of thing is opened up with some of the squads, the way they've been built this year. But I would, I would quite deliberately just look at individuals and maybe pairs that can work together. No problem, Adriano, my man. Good to see you as well. Fist bump to you and Tom Hall. Paul Moorcroft, up the midweek podium dangerous toffees. Love it, Paul. Love it, love it. Of course, there'll be midweek Prem. Of course, there will be that. Liam, good afternoon. Good to see you. Thomas Ronyan, good to see you. Guido, good to see you. Frankie, my man, as well. And Jalkin Calvez. Enrico, man. Did you see no Easter football in the Prem next year? Whoa, interesting. A wee Easter break, is there? Now, I've got some teams kind of sketched out. I don't think I'm going to go out and out deleting, but I'll be tweaking, I think. Because I've got a champ team that I put together with my only champ keeper, which is Kelleher. I don't think I've got an in-season team that's worth fielding, so I'm not even going to go backwards and reconsider that. But I quite like this. I'll maybe double check who's available and stuff, because we didn't see Cherky there anywhere. I'd fancy Cherky to play this game, personally, but what do I know? Play Tati up front, so I could play someone in another position. Xavi Simons against Palace. Yeah, it's a nice front line. Yeah, I'm not banking on anything from Spurs until I see it. Hardest team in the league to predict, the comment said there. And there's some nice players here, but I'm not mad for it. Yeah, I think I'll just leave Cherky. I don't mind there being a super sub. I'll just leave that as it is. I've got a wee under 23 team, which is the number one team I thought I was going to tweak with the little player I degened into. New international calendar. Nice. Any pairs that you'd recommend for MLS? There's been one or two. I think Houston has a little bit of that, where there's like McGlynn. I know Guilherme rinsed, but there might be somebody else that's in that team. I'm kind of not got my MLS cap on right now, sorry. But there was a few that were... Seattle are always good for that type of thing, depending on budget and position that you're after. So I'd always consider somebody from Seattle that kind of fits your budget, and I would probably go to them last, because you can probably just plug a gap with Seattle somehow. I think Chicago has got like a player or two that are nicely paired. Off the top of my head, I'll come back to you on that one. I'm trying to think away from the obvious, like LAFC and whatever, you know. I'll be upgrading my Bundesliga strategy. Got myself one Bundesliga craft and $47. So the team should get better. Maybe get two solid teams. Love it. You mind doing Newcastle v Man United? Oh, I maybe missed that, by the way. I think I did. Good catch. I don't remember looking at that. Newcastle Man United. Yeah, I didn't look at this. Great catch, mate. Nice teams for both, you've got to say. No Walter Mada. It's probably a knock. Jacob Murphy, Ballon d'Or. I think he's done well against Man United in the past. Tonali, I seen on my timeline, he hit an absolute rasper off the post or something. So he's shaping up a bit. Big Jacob Ramsey fan. Joe Linton can turn up in these types of matches. I like the Newcastle defence. Man United in third, they're kind of going good right now. Man United take a good away support to St James's as well. It's the game I went to at St James's Park was Newcastle Man United, and the Geordies were brilliant for it. What an atmosphere it was. But credit due to the Man United away support. They're put up in the gods, and they had a good old support with them that night. Newcastle won. I actually forget the score. It might have been 1-0. But yeah. So I've then got Celtic teams, and I've went with, I've played it once in a Sal and under 23. I've played the other two in All-Star, and I've went with Celtic 7-a-sides. I've put the Shaqiri in here. I wanted to have the Hatate defender. So I don't know what I want to do with that. And then what did I have at the bottom here? Yeah, I kind of picked a mix of like non-Celtic, just other guys. Again, some of these guys could have played in Champ instead of Cherky. And if I look at this quickly, anyone else we've not used that maybe looks a bit more interesting now that we've looked at all the teams. I've not used that Medina. He's at home to a team that they're meant to smash. We've got Kamada, Mitoma, Daizamaidas, 1,000 of them. Hatate's 1,000,000 of them as well. Yeah, the Shaqiri's a weird one. I'm not even sure. I think he's kind of unusable. I don't want, because these are all-star kind of, the name of the game is having Division 1s for the weekend again. With these teams, obviously anything they win is result. But yeah, this Shaqiri's a bit of a problem for me. So I could play another Hatate mid. It's not really a problem that way, but it's kind of having a different option. So I've got Negren Tuneki here with this kind of combination of whatnots. I went double fullback with this one, but also triple defence. There's no triple mids here. Yeah, so I've got a bit of a dilemma. Now, the player I DJ'd into was I got a second Sebastian Tuneki for £8. Just thought it was a great little bargain, to be honest with you. So I went and got an ice one, if I can see it. There he is there. So I got this wee ice Tuneki. I think he'll play midweek. I think he'll do really well. Kind of half tempted to just go straight Medina for Shaqiri. I think I'm going to do that. He's at home to a team he's meant to scoosh. I want the defender Hatate in here. I don't think there's another better mid option that I'm excluding from another team. Like even Pascal Gross, Caicedo, some of those other guys that I've used in this team, not that mad for them. So I don't mind Medina. Very 60 capable, and that's just going to get me going. If he does anything more than that, jackpot. Big Tam, I don't mind playing in this team either. But I am somewhat tempted to save my extra Tuneki. I was going to initially maybe throw him into this. Just double check my under 23s. I don't have a higher division team that I've overlooked. 2 seconds. Yeah, no, I don't. Division 3 is the highest. So failing that, I think if I slide the second Tuneki in, is it maybe in here to take the scales out of the picture? It's double fullback, double forward. Because this one here is Scales and Tierney, who are back individually. Yeah, okay, let's try this. I'm going to go double fullback in here with Araujo and Tierney, with the captain Negren, high XP Hatate and McGregor. And then in this one, I'm going to make... I'll do the triple defence thing like I did a minute ago. And I'll play Tuneki here. Boom. Yeah, I like that. Because what this should give me now is... I've got a kind of... Yeah, Shark Squad thing here. I've then got double striker with Tuneki and Benji, as well as, yeah, that. So I've got one team that's just bit Negren, one game that's just Tuneki, for whatever that's worth. Triple Tierney, I don't mind that. Although, yeah, no, I don't mind that. I think Tierney's been subbed off to keep him starting. Triple McGregor, triple Hitate. Ooh, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Did I go for the... I could probably make a fourth combination. Did I maybe do that? With the Chvanchara and so... I'm kind of half tempted, but the goalkeeper I've got is Mitov, which is kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? So that was what kind of stopped me with that, I think, in the first place. Although, I'm not built any limited teams yet. I do have limited Schmeichels and whatnots. Yeah, so this is going into Division 2. Yeah, let's just use these Sinisalos. We've got 7% there. So I've got Scales and Tierneys. And Dane Murray's even. Oh no, we want the Sociedad one first. Boom, boom. I should still have a McGregor. I do. Should still have a Rio or two, maybe. Maybe not. Rio. We do. Boom. Big Tam. And then maybe a Dyson. We've got a bunch of Dysons, don't we? Bada bing, bada boom. That's going to be quite fun and limited, by the way. Stretch this collection down. We've got another Division 2 team. Yes, we do. We have another Sinisalo. We've got another Tierney. Right, the other defender we might need... No, we've got Dane Murray. So let's go with Dane. And then... Oh, I think I might have ran out of McGregor's and maybe not Hitate's. Yeah, we've still got a Rio. Ideguchi is kind of fun, isn't it? McKibben is probably a great pick. Ox is going to play somehow, isn't he? From the start or from the... Yeah, Ox and McKibben are probably quite usable here. Again, I expect both of them to feature. Put Ox on that side. And then, yeah, we've got Maeda for a forward. And then where's that McKibben? Boom. It's Captain Hitate on that one. That's a kind of fun wee team, isn't it? All Prem games are on TNT this midweek. Our third Sinisalo. Do I have any Celtic defence left? We could maybe cover Tierney by playing a Sriracha in this team. Ah, Robbo. That's what I wanted to look at. Yeah, man. I know they've got a week off. Maybe there's an FA Cup thing in the middle or something. Yeah, it must be FA Cup weekend. Liverpool playing a game this weekend. Yeah, they are. Against Wolves, funnily enough. Could Robbo play FA Cup? It's a risky one to pick. Botman's going to play. Madranda is probably... Yeah, let's maybe just pick guys that are going to play. We've got Ayer. Ayer's kind of fun. At home to top of the table. Let's go for it. And then Ayer. Here we go. We've got an Ideguchi. Keep the fun going. And the other midfielder. Maybe just throw Shaqiri into this. Yeah. And up front, Radimel's not been playing. We've still got Youngster. And Dyson. And a Rio forward card as well. And a Damu. I think Yang's going to play. And then, yeah, Dyson's just the easiest one to throw into this because we've got so many of them. So many Dysons. Some of you will get that joke. Captain Shaq. You might have a Hatate addiction. I've literally got one of every season. I've got 6 Hatates, I think, all in. That maybe put a Schmeichel into this just because of why nots. Schmeichel, Sorare. And then, yeah, like Botman. Yeah, let's stick Botman in. Xavi Simons. Yeah, there's a lot of fun. Oh, Christie would have been fun in the last team. Yeah, I'm probably gonna fix that. What team is it? This team? Yeah. Shaqiri for Christie. Crazy to say that out loud, isn't it? But there you go. I don't suppose there's another one of those type defenders somewhere I've overlooked. Robbo's kind of it, isn't he? But I really fancy Robbo to play us midweek. Screw it. It's D3. You can't get relegated. Captain Christie. Why not? Team. So it must have been this team I got to, the last one. Yeah, because we were going with the hedges. We were playing Schmeichel, Sorare, Botman. Or actually, well, I don't know about Sorare Botman because I do have Madranda. But I suppose, who cares? Shaqiri, Xavi Simons. Still got a Yang, still got Dysons, still got Hatate. Maybe we'll just play Hatate for the banter. And then Madranda, just Zubimendi. Kamada. Captain Hatate. Because why not? Wow. Just seen that Fabrizio Romano thing he's put into the chat. I kind of forgot to build giveaway teams, but I'm actually quite happy with just a bit of fun that some of these, the first 2 of them, the D2s will be good, and the 2 D3s, let's just see, the former Hoops Association or whatever might kick off a wee bit. And then the wee kind of mild hedge play back here. Maybe soothes our woes if there was to be any unexpectedness with Tierney. This has got 6%, that's good. So we've got underscore and multi-club. I feel quite set for the midweek. Under 23, I've not really spoke about this, but it's kind of whatever. Araujo and Murray in here. Sinisal. Oh yeah, I could have had them. Araujo, Murray. Where could I have had them? I could have had Tierney, Araujo. Scales, Murray. And then I'd have something left. Can't remember what, but it's fine. I think that's an under 23 team. Get it back into D2, get it moving. My closest example to that is Chermiti. I've had him every year. No way, Rico, man. I knew you had one. I thought you had one. I didn't know you had a closet Chermiti stan. Wow, Rico, man. Made me sit up in my chair. Like, oh, okay. It's like you just admitted something to me. Like, oh, sorry, I didn't realise that about you, Rico, man. Must have felt good at the weekend, I guess, watching that bicycle kick. I've seen stuff like that. See, for guys that I've been a mad follower of, as I'm sure you will know, Rico, man, like, over the years, when you see them do brilliant stuff, man, it's some buzz. And you're like, I fucking knew he could do it. You know? So I feel that buzz. Tim, good to see you. But yeah, I'm feeling quite locked and loaded. It's all about Celtic away at Aberdeen. Obviously, if we don't do anything up there, all these teams will be shattered. But there's quite an array of hoops, isn't there? Quite an array of hoops. Sport Academy. Oh, incomplete. Oh, I might have pulled the Araujo out of this. Yeah. I was thinking, could have used that extra Araujo, and I did. I had used the extra Araujo. Oh, does that kind of undermine this thing now? Does a little bit. Other than Araujo as an under 23 defender I've used somewhere. No, there isn't. Shucks. What does that mean? Where's that Araujo? Here. Oh, that's a rare team. Yeah, I could play Scales in that defence. And then that would open up for... a Yang? Or a Tam? Tam and Tuneki. And then we've got Tuneki and Negren. Negren by himself. Okay, let's put the Araujo back here. Captain him as well. Like he was. And then if we go back to that All-Star. Boom. We'll put the Scales back into defence. And then we'll stick Tam up here. And then the thing we need to fix down here is Tam being out of this team, which was the second D2. I guess we're going to put a Yang into that, which means I want this Yang who's here. So let's just swap those Yangs about. And that's nice. That works out clean. Oh, there we go. That's nice. That worked out well. Wee bit of squad shuffling. McKibben. Yeah, this team must have been picked first. So yeah, and then that team's got those. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Funny enough, I'm only missing his sporting rookie card. Oh, Jesus, there's only 27 of them. Marnio confirmed Casper won't play Wednesday. Nice. Michael, great catch there. So I can ditch that. Oh, yeah, don't need to worry about the other Sinisalos. That's good. But I now don't need to play this Schmeichel as a hedge. Just put the rare Mitov in, I guess. Or play Angus Gunn. I don't think he's in the frame, really, is he? Could maybe have played that Valdemarsson or whatever at Brentford, in case he didn't play, but... Oi, oi. Yeah, okay, that's alright. At least we know it's all about Sinisalo. Some D2s unlimited, try and get them promoted into D1. Sadly, I've only got... Yeah, let's have a look at my champion. I have no D1s. Nah. D3, D3. I think this was just the safest spot when I built these teams. But I'm going to quickly shuffle this into Barcelona ball. Just to play football, the Barcelona way. Bernie, Soboslai, Cherky, Tati. Wow. Selling it for 50 quid is not a bad move, even if it is in someone else's vault. Just yeah, the tricky bit's getting it back, isn't it? But yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Fran Perez. Then maybe I double check that. Let me hit on selected somewhere else. Caicedo, nah. Xavi Simons. Yeah, he's in a really low ranking team. Yeah, let's put Xavi Simons in here. That makes me feel way better about that. Awesome. Boom. Now, normally these wee last minute edits bite me in the bum, but I don't want to speak too soon. Oh, why play Matoma in here? Tanaka's not going to play, is he? I kind of now want to drop Shaqiri for Gross. I think I've used Gross already, haven't I? That's fine, just leave him in there. Kawasaki boys together, that's fun. There we go, it feels like I've completed the Rubik's Cube of the teams. Eventually. I'm quite happy with that. Barcelona ball looking good. Under 23s with Xavi Simons in there. That's a nice wee kick up. I like all of this now. Still a wee bit nervous on Medina, but overall confident it'll be fine. Yeah, this D2 is okay. I don't mind that. Yeah, awesome. Awesome possum. Now, sets last night. I actually had a Real Madrid team running last night, and I watched the game with Getafe. I've been saying it for so long, right? But honestly, David Soria is the most underrated goalkeeper in Europe. If you watched that game last night, honestly, man, look at any Getafe game. Even look at the games where they get pumped. He is such a good goalkeeper. He's very rarely causing errors or making mistakes. And he played a blinder last night. Now, the goal that they scored from Martin Satriano, who I'm also a big fan of. I've seen Michael in here. Satriano featured on one of my scouting videos like a year and a half ago. Scores an absolute ripper. Really filling and walking in the shoes of Venezuela. It was a very good Getafe performance. Real Madrid looked lost at sea. But we've still not got off a streak 2 yet. And I had a wee click into this, and I say this 24-hour filter is okay. It's not perfect. It would be a wee bit better if I could tell you like 48 hours. I've got Jose Sa, I've got Dubravka. There's no other filter I can do like Premier League or anything. Mads Hermansen. Escandel. Oh. Wednesday he's playing. Take a bit of that. We've got Matty Cash playing Wednesday. Ratiu as well and Esteve. Midfield. I could have some of these guys. Matoma. Kind of going against Arsenal there. Which I don't mind, but would I roll a life on it? Pedro. De Frutos. I was against Escandel though. Thiago's balling. Yes, I could easily go like Thiago Pedro. Enzo Lafay could be good against Leeds. That's a game that I think he could be effective in. Diego Gomez is actually bringing the points, isn't he? But Thomas not really been. Xhaka. Oh, if I've got Xhaka, I need to play Xhaka, don't I? And then in defence, yeah, Kirkos is a bit dodgy for me. Danny Calvo, Harry's boy. I don't really have many defenders, do I, for midweek? Let me see. Anyone else here that plays midweek? See, Kirkez, I'm just a bit nervous on that because I kind of want Robbo to play. And I just know I'll pick him for sets and he'll bust me up. Harry Maguire is on to play. I don't mind that. Oh, that's good. Captain Shaka. Captain Thiago. 8-8 in the last game, by the way. Captain Shaka. Right, let's do it. Iskandel, the keeper against Rayo. We only hit 320. We don't need anything remarkable. Sa has a better ceiling, but can also get 0 totally. Madrid is so bad without Mbappe. Yeah, I thought Vinny looked good, but I've not really seen too much of them this season, to be honest with you, Real Madrid. After like November, Christmas time. Carrick said Maguire should be back. Nice. Aye, that's a nice wee sets to get me 320. That's all I need. Wee cheeky 320. Shouldn't be too hard. So cool. Quick play. Have I got anything I could use? Just been trying to use throwaway cards. I haven't been in teams and stuff, but yeah, I don't think I've got anything. 30 minutes that he sets in, of course. Okay. Awesome possum. I've set some missions and whatever for today as well. I did my little daily spins. Recommend you get yours in as well. And sadly, we did a wee craft yesterday, which was fun. It's sadly coming out this game week. I'm not going to have too much. 1300 rare essence, so I'll probably get another craft out. Not quite get there again for limited, sadly. And no streaks caught, so a bit of a bummer. Midweek won't help arrest any of that for me or rescue any of it, which is sad. So we're coming into next weekend. Back on step 1 everywhere. Or the weekend I looked through yesterday. I'll probably go through that more in content through the week, as well as a bunch of stuff with MFL as well. Season 12 is firmly underway. The foundation team's kicking off. And yeah, we did our cup games yesterday, which was good fun. Started to pick up league wins with the foundation team, which has been good crack. Rotate the teams, getting progression. Rumours of Shaka struggling after his ankle tackle on Saturday. I would favour Lafie. Okay, is that because Lafie's good, or is it just because he's safer? Because if he's not got like that Shaka potential, I might look for a different option. Palhinha could be good as a defensive card. You know, just could get a wee double triple, pick up a wee 55 or something. Buendia, not expected to start, is he? And then yeah, we've got the Brighton boys. I like Habib Diarra personally. He's not really been doing it, but hard to pick him. Jacob Murphy Ballon d'Or, of course. Yeah, midfield is limited. It's like one of the Brighton kids or Lafie. Yeah, I'm probably going to go Lafie. Shade? Might take Shade. Shade or Lafie. Both away from home. I'm going Shady, just because I've got that Igor in here too. Yeah, it's tough to captain him against Villa. Wow, captain tough. Captain is tough. Let me captain the goalkeeper. Where I'm sitting now. Martin Neal's full media press conferences on the Celtic YouTube channel now. Just got the wee notification to my phone. I guess we go Thiago. Hope he gets a wee double or something. He's bringing in AA and is on pens. I'm going to maybe twist my arm here a bit. Yeah, pen taking mid. Go for it. Okay, Liam, he's twisted my arm. Let's go on the fee. Let's do it. Sweet as a nut. Awesome. Good luck to you all this midweek. I'm kind of on the hunt for maybe... I was kind of looking at that. Wolf were chatting about that before. I think I already kind of thrashed out my teams for MLS next week, and I'm just like, I'll probably just roll with it. Maybe add one more in, but I've got the numbers, I've got the balance. I'm quite especially if Werner's on to play. Let's go for it. I'm happy enough with my little stable to kick off. Corners too. Yeah, nah, fair enough. Let's roll with that. Set piece taking, penalty taker. No Shaka, more responsibility. Kind of what I'm hoping for there. But yeah, thanks everyone who tuned in. Good luck with the midweek. Good luck with any cards you're going to craft yourself. We'll be back on the channel. I've got tons of MFL stuff to get through this week as well. Just with season 12 rolling out. Assistant managers. I'm looking at you, Rico Man. Looking at you, Thomas Ronyon. I need to get you guys running some matches. So we'll get a wee stream together. We'll get all that organised as well. And I'm trying to think what else is right around the corner. Today being Tuesday. Yeah, it's actually going to be quite a nice little ebb and flow now on, because midweek football won't be quite as intense as it has been in all way, shape and form. Actual, just fixtures and whatever, keeping on top of stuff and cards and whatever. So we'll probably get into a nice little groove now for the remainder of the season. It should be a fun ride. It's been some seasons so far, guys, in so many ways. And yeah, looking forward to it all. Good luck this midweek. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, of course. If you haven't done so already, please. Oh, yeah. Rico, man, of course. I keep putting you in with those pesky assistant managers, of course. Thomas and Guido, of course, your club secretary, of course. But yeah, I'll catch you all for that. Have a great day. Thanks again for tuning in. Good luck with all your stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one.
Satara.